All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Halalyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right. So what I want to get into today, all right, is Revelation 16. All right, which talks about the seven vials, all right, which are the wrath of the Most High, man. All right, because what the Lord is getting ready to do is pour his wrath upon this earth, man. All right, very great wrath, all right, by the way of thermonuclear fire, all right, by the way of thermonuclear destruction, man. All right, because the Lord is very, very angry right now, man. All right, and this earth is exceedingly wicked, man. All right, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted this earth, man. And that's why the Lord is very angry. This whole earth is about to be devoured, all right, by the fire of the Lord's jealousy. And this is going to happen, all right, in the midst of World War III, all right, when those nuclear missile shots shoot off, all right, and they hit this earth. That's the Lord that's doing this, man. All right, that's the Lord that's bringing World War III together. All right, that's gonna make these nuclear missiles, all right, hit this earth, man. All right, that's the determination of the Lord, man. All right, when you read, matter of fact, let's get it, man. Let's start off with that. All right, let's start off with that, man. All right, because this is biblical prophecy. World War III is all throughout the Bible, man. All right, that's the Lord's will, to bring these nations together. All right, so they could destroy themselves. All right. So let's get that, man. That's Zephaniah, actually. I think I might have said Zechariah, but it's Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. All right. The Lord is bringing all these nations together, all right, to gather them together, all right, so they could destroy themselves in World War III. He's doing that for us. When I say us, I'm talking about the nation of Israel. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you Seminole Indians, West Indians, Haitians, and Brazilians. All right, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Everything that these nations have done to us throughout the course of history, the Lord is getting ready to recompense them, man, to pay them back for everything they did to the apple of his eye. The apple of his eye is the nation of Israel, man. You understand? All right. All right. So let's get Zephaniah 3 and 8. All right. So it says, Zephaniah 3 and 8, it says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, all right, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination, all right, the Lord's determination, all right, his will, all right, for my determination is to gather the nations, all right, and that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's gathering the nations, as you see. If you don't live under a rock, all right, if you know what's happening and know what's going on, the Lord is gathering the nations. They're all preparing for World War III. All right. For my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms. All right. This is all the Lord's doing. All the nations that are coming together. All right. This is what the Lord is doing. This is the Lord that's doing this. This is the Lord's will. This is prophecy. We're reading it. All right. For my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation. The word indignation means righteous anger. The Lord is getting ready to pour his righteous anger upon these nations. All right. He's the one that's bringing them together for World War III so they could shoot missiles on each other so they could destroy themselves. All right. Because he said to pour upon them my indignation. The nuclear missiles that are going to be shot off in World War III and hit this earth. All right, that's the anger of the Lord. That's the fierce anger of the Lord. See, you people don't understand what was getting ready to pop off, man. All right, these nuclear missiles that are going to hit this earth is going to shake this earth terribly, man. All right, these ain't no lightweight nuclear missiles, bro. This ain't no The whole earth is going to rock, like the scriptures say. All right, Isaiah 20, the 24th chapter, man. That the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. That's how strong these nuclear missiles are going to hit, man. All right, the strongest, the most powerful nuclear missile to ever hit this earth was known as the Tsar. Not hit this earth. Excuse me. The most powerful nuclear bomb to ever be detonated on this earth was known as the Tsar Bomba. All right, which was a Russian nuclear bomb. All right. It held 50 megatons of TNT, man. All right, and that was back in the 60s. So imagine the power of the nuclear missiles we have today, man. You understand? Just a 1 megaton, just a 1 megaton nuclear missile burns 4 to 5 times hotter than the sun. So imagine a 50 megaton, all right, or 100 or 150 megaton. Those are the type of nuclear missiles that are going to hit this earth, man, in this third world war. That's why the scriptures say that, matter of fact, let's grab it. All right, because when nuclear missiles start to begin to hit this earth, this whole earth is going to tremble. The people of this earth are going to be frightened, man. All right, going to be shook up when they hear about it on the news, all right, and on the TVs or whatever. This whole earth is going to be, they're going to be shiver me timbers, man. All right. So let's get it. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 36. It says, and there shall be great fearfulness, all right, and trembling upon the earth. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 28 so it can make a little more sense. All right. It says 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 28th verse. This is the Ezra seeing a vision of World War III. All right, so verse 28, it says, behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. That horrible vision is talking about World War III. And it says, and the appearance thereof from the east. All right, because that's where World War III is going to start, in the Middle East. All right, and the elites, all right, they have a plan to start World War III by bringing controversy, all right, between the Muslim world and the Judaism world. That's how World War III is going to start off, and that's how the rest of the world is going to be drawn into this conflict, man. All right, which is World War III. All right, so this is again, I'll read it. Verse 28, it says, behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance there from the east. That horrible vision is talking about World War III and the appearance thereof from the east. Yeah, because that's where World War III is going to start, in the east, the Middle East. All right, so let me just skip down real quick. Verse 37, it says, and there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth. That's right. All right, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Yeah, great trembling is going to come upon this earth, man. The people of this earth is going to be afraid when they start hearing about this third world war. When they hear about nuclear missiles being shot off and landing and killing millions of people in a matter of seconds, man. You know? And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. That's right, man. You know? Come on, man. All right? These nuclear missiles that are going to hit this earth is something crazy, man. The whole earth is going to rock. All right? The whole earth is going to rock. You understand? Matter of fact, let's grab it. Let's grab it since, you know. All right, let's get Isaiah. What's that, 24? All right. Around the 20th verse. All right, yeah. I'll start at verse 28. No, I'll start at verse 17. It says, Isaiah 24 and 17, fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. Yeah. Because nothing but death and destruction is coming upon this earth, man. The scriptures say, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and them that dwell therein, man. All right? Because the Lord is getting ready to pour his fierce anger upon this earth, man. You understand? Isaiah 24 and 17. All right. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. And the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. Ooh, the foundations of the earth do shake. Yeah, this whole earth is going to shake, man. All right, verse 19. All right, and there's, it's going into, there's no escaping it either. All right. Isaiah 24:19, it says the earth is utterly broken down. Woo, this is future prophecy. All right, that the prophet Isaiah is speaking. All right, this is what's getting ready to happen. All right, the earth is utterly broken down. This whole earth is about to be broken down, man. All right, everything that you see on this earth is going to be dissolved. All the buildings and cars and streets and statues and monuments, everything is going to dissolve. All right. Like it tells you in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter. All right. Knowing that these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be? All right. Isaiah 24:19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. Woo. All right. The earth is moved exceedingly. Yeah, because the nuclear missiles are going to dissolve everything. Everything is just going to turn into dust and mist and, All right. The scripture saying, 2 Peter the 3rd chapter, that the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. You understand? This is what's getting ready to fall upon this earth, man. All right. By the hands of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, verse 24, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Yeah, like how a drunk man staggers. And he's staggering back and forth from left to right, the way he walking all drunk. That's how the earth is going to rock, man, and stagger. All right, from these nuclear missiles hitting this earth, man. All right, you understand? So let's continue to read. It says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. Whoo. All right, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise. Here, the transgression of this earth, all right, shall be heavy upon it, man. The Lord, what the Lord is getting ready to do to this earth, man, all right, it's something crazy, man. All right. Matter of fact, let me get another scripture. All right, let's get Isaiah Isaiah 13. Let's grab that real quick. All right, but let me flip through my pages real quick. All right, Isaiah 13:13. It says, it's Isaiah 13:13. It says, therefore, when you read this chapter, Isaiah 13 is talking about America being destroyed. All right, as you see the title right here, it says prophecy about Babylon. This Babylon is talking about America. All right, the word Babylon comes from the Hebrew word babal, which means confusion, and that's all America is. It's just one giant ball of confusion. All right, but anyway, let's go to Isaiah 13:13. It says, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. All right, in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. Yeah, the day of his fierce anger is when those nuclear missiles hit this earth. The Lord said, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and in the wrath of Yahweh, all right, of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. Yeah, the Lord is very angry right now, man. The Lord is getting ready to put his wrath upon this earth, man, by the way of thermonuclear destruction, man. You understand? All right. So when you go back to Revelation 6, Revelation 16, not Revelation 16, Zephaniah 3. That's what I want. Zephaniah 3 in the 8th chapter. All right, Zephaniah 3:8. All right, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh. All right, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination, all right, is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms. And you see that happening right now. The Lord is gathering the nations. The Lord is assembling the kingdoms. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, why? For World War III. This is prophecy, man. All right, for the Lord to gather and assemble the nations of this earth to bring them together for war, for a third world war. All right, why? To pour upon them, all right, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. Whoo. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Yeah. All right, those nuclear missiles that are going to hit this earth, that's the fire of the Lord's jealousy, the fire of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's jealousy, man. You understand? This earth is getting ready to be scorched, man, with thermonuclear destruction, man. All right, this is what we're telling you, man. All right, this is what the true prophets of the Lord are telling you, man. All right, when I say that to the true prophets of the Lord, I'm talking about the Israelites, man. First and foremost, the Israelites of Great Millstone, and the ones that teach in like manner, the ones that teach the same doctrine, man. All right, because they're the ones that have the 100% truth, the Israelites of Great Millstone, man. All right, the prophets of Great Millstone, and the ones that teach in like manner. We're telling you that this earth is getting ready to be devoured by the fire of the Lord's jealousy, man. Nuclear missiles are going to hit this earth, man. You understand? All right. That's why the scriptures say, let's get it. What's that? Ezekiel 33 and 33, man. Let's get it. All right. It says Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, what cometh to pass? The prophecies. All right. Lo, it will come, then shall they know a prophet has been among them. Yeah. All right. When these things all come to pass, what we're telling you, all right, World War III, nuclear missiles being shot off, the great hell and death and destruction, pain and famine and misery and anguish and sorrow and suffering, all right, is coming upon this earth, man. This is what's getting ready to happen, especially here in America. This is what the true prophets are telling you, man. You better believe, you better listen to us, man. All right? And Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, I am of the elect. I am of one of the Lord's true chosen prophets. Because, you know, I say we, but I say that humbly. I don't know if I'm of the number, you know. But I know we preaching the truth, man. You know. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know a prophet has been among them. Yeah, pretty soon pretty soon Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is going to make it known who his men are, man. Who his true prophets and who his true servants are, man. And you people of this earth are going to see it, man, and be ashamed, man. You see? You people are going to be confounded when the Lord reveals who his true men are, man. And it's going to be the people you least think it is, man. And you least expect it, man. And it's going to bug you out. Your head going to pop off in disbelief, man. You know? Because you ain't never going to think. You know? These people are going to be confounded, bro. You know? Who the true men of the Lord really are, man. All right, but let's get I kind of lost my train of thought, but let me get Revelation 16 again, because this is what I really wanted to start off with, but you know, the Spirit, you know, has you going in a different direction sometimes. All right, but you know, I was still going, you know, towards the topic though, you know. All right, not too far away from the subject matter. You know, it says Revelation 16 and 16, it says the six bowls of wrath. All right, the 6 vials. All right, or the 7 vials, all right, which is what Revelation 16 is talking about, all right? It goes into the 7 vials of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which the 7 vials are the wrath of the Most High, all right? Like it says in verse 1. Revelation 16 and 1, it says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your way and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon this earth. Yeah, because that's what's coming upon this earth, man. The wrath of the Most High, man. See, you people don't understand what, man, bro, a lot of you people don't understand who the Heavenly Father is and how He works. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man, and what He's getting ready to do, man. All right. So let's read this again. It says, Revelation 16:1, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. All right. So when you go to verse 8, all right, this is what I really want to start off with. All right. Revelation 16:8, it says, and the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. That's what's getting ready to happen. All right. You people of this earth are getting ready to be scorched with fire. This is talking about the nuclear missiles that are going to hit in World War III, man. These nuclear missiles that are going to shoot off and hit this earth, man, in World War III. It says, and the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. That's right. To scorch men with fire. That's talking about the nuclear missiles. All right. Ooh. All right. Men are going to earth. This earth is getting ready to be scorched, man, by the fire of the Lord's jealousy, man. All right. Revelation 16:8 again, and the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, all right, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire, and men were scorched with great heat. Talking about the nuclear missiles, man. They're gonna hit this earth in World War III, all right, especially here in America, because the prophecy is that America is going to be destroyed, completely wiped off the face of this earth by thermonuclear destruction, man. From New York to California, America is going to be a wasteland, a desert. All right? And nothing is ever going to inhabit this place ever again. Once America is destroyed, it will not rise up ever again. This place is done. It's finished, man. You understand? This place is finished, man. All right? And like I said, this place is never going to be inhabited ever again. The only thing that's going to live here are all the unclean animals, like the vultures and the owls, right? And the lizards and the snakes and the hawks. It says, and men were scorched with great heat and blasphemed the name of God, which has power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. Yeah, that's talking about, that's Esau, man. All right? Because that's how wicked Esau is, man. All right? That Esau, he still won't repent, even though he's being destroyed. Starting with the elite banking families. All right? And this is also going into, matter of fact, let's read this one more time. Revelation 16:8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun. All right, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. All right, that's talking about the nuclear missiles, how this earth is going to be burnt up in World War III. All right, so let's get Malachi 4. All right, Malachi 4:1, it says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. It is getting ready to be a day that's going to burn as an oven, man. All right. Which that day is the day them nuclear missiles hit this earth, man. All right. And the day those nuclear missiles hit this earth, that's when the Lord is going to return, all right, during the time of this earth being destroyed by nuclear fire. All right, because it's going to be the nuclear destruction and the Lord and the angels destroying this earth simultaneously, man. All right, what did the Lord say in Luke, the 12th chapter, the 49th verse? All right, Yahushua, what did Yahushua say? All right, he said, I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? All right, because this earth is going to be burning on fire right before the Lord returns. All right, he said, what will I if it already be kindled? He was saying, imagine what I'm going to do if it's already on fire. The Lord just going to add unto it, man. The type of destruction that the Lord is getting ready to bring is something crazy, man. By the way of the nuclear missiles and by the way of the chariots, man. All right, man. What did Ezra say in Second Ezra the 13th chapter? All right, when he seen the vision of the Lord returning and destroying this earth, he said, "I was greatly afraid." He said, matter of fact, I'll get it in a second. But this is Malachi 4:1. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven," the day those nuclear missiles hit. "And all the proud," all right, yeah, all you proud ones, all right, which is mainly Esau, all right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, starting with the elite banking families, you Edomites, you're the most proud people on this earth, man. You walk around with your chest puffed out, your head on high, you think nothing can happen to this place, America. All right, you better believe it, bro, that America is going to be destroyed. You could bet your last dollar on it, all right? America is finished, bro, all right? The proudest people on this earth is Esau. So it says, "In all the proud," all right? And also you two-thirds of you Israelites, man, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, proud as hell, coming against this truth, all right, and all the other nations as well too, scoffing and scorning. It says, "In all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble." All right, "And the day that cometh shall burn them up. Ooh, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither a root nor a branch." Yeah, you're not going to be left neither a root nor a branch. You see, when you have a bush, right, or a tree, you cut the branch off, right, it grows back, right. But when you pull something out from the root, when you pull it out from the root, it doesn't grow back, man. All right. So you're not going to be left neither a root nor a branch, all right. You're going to be plucked up, man, from this earth, man. All right. And that's how America's going. America's getting ready to be plucked up from this earth, man. It's not going to be left neither a root nor a branch, man. You understand? This place is finished, bro. This place is completely finished. You understand? "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord, saith Yahweh, all right, of hosts, that it shall leave them neither a root nor a branch." Come on, man. All right, now let's get into this is Second Ezra the 13th chapter. All right. Yeah, but I just want to get straight to the point. This is the vision of that Ezra scene, all right, of the Lord returning, man. All right. Where should I start, man? Man. I just want to get to the point. All right. So it says right here, it says verse 10, all right? Second Ezra 3:10, it says, "But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth." He's talking about the Lord's return. "But I only saw, he's talking about Yahweh Shai's return, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests." Yeah, this all represents the destruction that the Lord is getting ready to bring. All right. Ezra seen in his vision. All right. He said, "But I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest." All right. "And fell with violence, all right, upon the multitude which was prepared to fight." Yeah, because when Yahweh Shai returns, all right, the armies, all right, the militaries of the nations of this earth, they're all going to gather together, all right, to actually fight Yahushua. They're going to try to fight Yahushua and the angels when they return. The Lord is going to put on a show, but they're all going to be destroyed. All the armies and the militaries of this earth, all right, are all going to come together, man, and try to fight Yahushua, man. All right, it says, and with great violence, let me read that again. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, which is all the armies of this earth, and burned them up every one. Yeah, so they're all going to be destroyed by Yahushua and the angels, man. All right, they're not even going to, it's not even going to be like a fight, really, bro. But the Lord is going to make them fight to put on a show, man, so the Lord can show his power, man. All right. It says, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke, which when I saw this, I was afraid. Ooh. All right. That's the destruction. He said there was nothing to be perceived. All right. Because, this earth is, everything that exists here is going to be as if it never was, man. All right. Like it never existed, because this earth, everything's going to be dissolved and be destroyed, man. When the Lord brings the nuclear missiles, all right, upon this earth, and also destruction coming from the chariots, man. All right, which is what this world ignorantly calls a UFO, man. All right, you understand? There might be another scripture I want to grab real quick. Let me get the book of Joel. Let's get Joel real quick, but let's get Joel. All right, Joel, the 3rd chapter. I think it might be around. Let me give me a second real quick. Let me flip through my pages. Let me get Joel the 3rd, 3 and 11. All right, this goes with Zephaniah 3 and 8. So it says, Joel 3 and 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, all right, and gather yourselves together, all right, round about, thither cause thy mighty ones to calm down. Yeah, so the Lord is saying, gather yourselves, the heathen, all the heathen nations. They're all gathering themselves and preparing themselves for World War III. All right? Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right. Jehoshaphat in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat, which Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Shaphat means judgment. Yahweh's judgment. Yahweh is getting ready to judge this earth, judge these nations. All right. By destroying them, by bringing fire upon them, by devouring them, by bringing them together for war so they could destroy themselves. The Lord is doing that for us. When I say us, I'm talking about the Israelites, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. The Lord is destroying these nations for us. He's bringing them down. He's destroying them. All right? Because they're not going to rule over us anymore. The Lord is getting ready to bring all the nations of this earth down, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, because of everything that they have done to us throughout the course of history, man. They have destroyed us on a very high and great level. Destroyed us mentally, physically. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yeah. All right. Come to the valley of Yahweh's judgment. All right. Yahweh Shaphat. All right. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. The Lord is getting ready to judge these nations. He's getting ready to pour upon them great wrath, thermonuclear destruction. All right. Verse 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Yeah, this earth is ready to be reaped. All right. All right, come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. And that's why the Lord is getting ready to pour pour upon this earth the fire of His jealousy. All right, because their wickedness is great. The earth, bro, the wickedness that's on this earth right now, it's something that is, bro. You see, you people that are not men of the Lord don't understand, man. The people of this earth, the masses of this earth don't know, man. You know? Only the true men of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, know what's going on. The prophets and the servants of the Lord, man. We know that this earth is vile or beyond belief, man. That's why the Lord said, let's get it. 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. All right? Let's get it. 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. That's right. That's why we're reading in Joel right here. All right? Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. That's why the Lord is gathering all these nations. This whole earth is getting ready to be cleansed by thermonuclear fire, thermonuclear destruction, because fire is the best cleansing agent. That's why nuclear missiles are going to hit this earth, man. You know? All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right? What was the reason why the Lord flooded the earth the whole time? Because of the wickedness of the earth. All right? And then after the flood, the earth began to be repopulated again by Noah's 3 sons. All right? The Lord said after the flood that the earth started to become more wicked than the first. So if the Lord destroyed the earth, all right, with the flood because of its wickedness, and now that the earth is even more wicked than it was during what's known as the Diluvian period, which was the period before the flood. If this earth is more wicked now than it was before the flood, what do you think He gonna do to this earth? All right. If the Lord flooded the earth because of its wickedness that time, and the earth is more wicked now than it was in that time before the flood, what you think He gonna do to this earth, man? Now, it's gonna be a second flood, but this flood is gonna be a flood of nuclear fire, nuclear destruction. It's not gonna be a flood of water. It's gonna be a flood of fire, and that's the balance. All right. The first time He destroyed this earth was by water. Now He's going to destroy it by fire. All right. So matter of fact, let me bring that out. All right. But I think that's in 2nd Ezra, if I'm not mistaken, the 8th chapter. No, not the 8th chapter. It might be 1st Ezra. Let me flip through my scriptures real quick. No, it might be the 2nd chapter. Yeah, 2nd Ezra. Let's grab it. 2nd Ezra 2 and let me start. I'll start at verse 5. All right, but the point is in verse 12. All right, so this is 2nd Ezra 2 and 5. It says, "As for me, O Father, I call upon thee for a witness over the mother of these children." All right. Matter of fact, no, my bad. Chapter 3. I was in chapter 2. My bad. Yeah. Start at verse 5. It says, "And gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life," which was the law. All right. "And he was made living before thee, and thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward." All right. "And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed. And immediately thou appointest death in him and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments. And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, and destroyedest them. All right. And it came to pass in every one of them, that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. Nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, in whom came all righteous men. All right, talking about the Israelites. All right, and it happened, all right, that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply, so when the flood hit, everyone was destroyed, but only Noah and his family was saved. All right, but through Noah's sons, the whole earth was repopulated. So what we're reading here, it says, nevertheless, it says, and it came to pass in every one of them, that death was to Adam, all right, so was to the flood to these. Nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men. And it happened that when they dwelt upon the earth began to multiply. So when the earth started to multiply again through Noah's family, through his household, it says right here, and it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply, and had gotten them many children, and were a great people, then began again to be more ungodly than the first. So when this whole earth started to multiply again, all right, it started to be more ungodly than the first, than before when the flood hit. And that was back then. So how much more now has wickedness has grown since the whole earth started to be multiplied, since the time of Noah. So if the whole earth was flooded because of its wickedness, all right, if the Lord brought the flood upon this earth because of his wickedness, what do you think he gonna do in this time because of his wickedness? If it's more wicked than it was before the time of Noah, man. And it has just been multiplying since Noah's household started to multiply upon this earth, man. You see? Bro, you people don't understand the type of wickedness that's on this earth, man. It's unfathomable, man. We know and understand why the Lord is getting ready to devour this earth by fire. You know? It's on a level that bro, oh man, look around you, bro. Look around you, man. You see what's happening, what's going on, man? This whole earth has drunken the wine of Babylon, man. America's wickedness has gone throughout the four corners of the earth. That's another reason why America has to be destroyed. Because like it says, all right, matter of fact, let's grab that. All right, let's get, what's that, Jeremiah 51? Let's grab that real quick. All right, let's get the book of Jeremiah. Where am I at? I know I see that. All right, Jeremiah 51. Let's grab it. All right. It says, is it Jeremiah 51 or is it 50? Hold on, let me flip through my scriptures real quick. Yeah, it's 51. It's verse 7. All right. Verse 7. All right. Jeremiah 51 and 7. It says Babylon. All right. Babylon talking about America. When you read Jeremiah 51, it's talking about America being destroyed by nuclear fire in this third world war that's getting ready to pop off. All right. It says Babylon, all right, which is America, has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. Yeah. All right. America's wickedness, all right, has spread throughout the four corners of this earth. All right. Because all this most stuff, all right, all this homosexuality and lesbianism and transgenders, and now there's 82,000 genders now, and you know, all this type of wickedness has spread throughout the four corners of this earth. All right. has spread throughout the four corners of this earth, man. That's why you see everything that's happening here in America is, the ways of America has been pushed out throughout the four corners of the earth. These nations are becoming like America with their wickedness, man. All right, that's why you see Skittles in China and Skittles in Taiwan and Philippines and Singapore, all this homosexual and lesbianism and transgender and 82,000 genders are in these other nations now. All right, and that's why it says the nations have drunken of her wine. All right, drunken of her ways, the wickedness, the witchcraft of America. Therefore, the nations are mad. Yeah, that's why the governments of these nations are mad, man. Because now these other nations have taken on the ways of America. They have been in bed with America. They have drunken the wine, all right, the wickedness, her philosophies, all right, of America. All right? So wickedness has spread throughout the four corners of this earth. America's wickedness is something, that's why America is going to be destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth, because of his wickedness, and also has spread that wickedness throughout the four corners of this earth. And that's why when you read again, all right, let's get it. All right, let's get it. All right. Again, going back to 2nd Ezra, man, 15. All right. It says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right, come on, man. All right, so I'll leave it at that, man. All right, nuclear destruction is coming. All right, this whole earth is getting ready to be devoured. The whole earth is going to be removed out of her place. All right, when just like when you had Pangea, right? All right, meaning all, and Gia meaning earth. All right, Gia going to the, it means all earth or all together, when the whole earth was one. And then the whole earth broke up because of the flood. All right, the flood is what broke the earth up. All right, and now you have all different types of continents. The same thing is going to happen when these nuclear missiles are hit. This whole earth is going to be rearranged. There's going to be new lands created, new continents created, new islands created. All right, the whole earth is going to be rearranged. There's going to be a new map. All right, the whole earth is going to be remapped. All right, when these nuclear missiles hit, man. All right, so with that being said, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. I was just going through the spirit, man. I started off with Revelation 16. And, the first verse I had wanted to grab was this verse, which, I ended up going, but I still ended up at this verse, man. All right, bringing it out, man. I was just, however the spirit wanted it, man. All right, so Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. All right, call halal yum Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, all right, who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. All right, that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so with that being said, unto the next one, Shalom.